Hello there, welcome to Corbin Quest & Co. My name is MK, and today I need to build an iron farm. I do have options. I do have the create mod, although I haven't really messed with it quite yet because it is a little complicated and I don't really have the room for it yet. But for that I would need to make a cobblestone generator, so I have a steady supply of cobblestone, and then a pair of crushing wheels so I can turn that cobblestone into gravel, and then an encased fan setup with some water so that I could then wash that gravel into iron nuggets and flint. Flint is not the most useful byproduct, but it is a byproduct if you go the create route. However, I've been thinking about this. I think the vanilla route might actually be better, even if it's just for the byproducts. Now, it is also easier to set up, since a lot of iron farms can be set up day one. Obviously, I didn't do it day one, I did this day one, but the byproduct for a villager-style iron farm is poppies. And that is actually more useful than flint. Not only for decoration purposes, but also because poppies can be turned into bone meal, and bone meal is actually really useful. Especially at this stage, I keep running out of it. As for location, I weirdly kind of want to put it in the mountain that I started calling Iron Mountain. Just because that way, it's a little further out than my actual starter base. I like the idea of spreading things out. I know I would have to technically use a chunk loader to keep it loaded, but honestly, in single player, a single iron farm doesn't have to be AFK too much for it to be useful. Like, I don't use that much iron that I would need to worry about AFKing it for hours upon hours. I probably just need to visit it once in a while. I could even try to build some sort of village or something nearby. Now, luckily, on this particular mountain, there are actually 2 villages already. This one right here that's technically in a tiny cherry grove, and then this one that's actually attached to the mountain and partially on the mountain. But where was it at? This little bit right here is the bit that I started digging at. I tried to make it look natural, but I'll show you in a second. But yeah, over here we have this. This was just the side of the mountain that I decided to just dig into. In here is where I want to have the output of the farm. Through here is where the actual farm will be. Yeah, I kinda don't know I kind of forgot how iron farms were made, so I kind of just dug out probably more space than I need. This is 40 by 40 by 7, just because that's as far as you can reach above you. I also may have looked up a tutorial for this because I couldn't remember how the actual setup for the villagers goes. And then I wrote it down on a sticky note. So, now these markings on the floor were just my measurement tool, essentially. I counted out 20 in each direction, but then I realized that was going to be really annoying to keep track of, so I just marked the floor diagonally, and I knew I was done when it reached the opposite corner. So, bit of a weird one, but it also made sure I knew where the center was and where to put torches so that it wouldn't be spawnable. At least for now. I don't entirely know how I'm gonna do this. I'm probably gonna try to keep the actual spawnable space to somewhere around here, and then have them drop down into a chamber, that way that more can spawn, so they're technically out of range, and then have the actual results of the farm go in here. And then probably with some crafters, have them automatically turn into blocks. And or other things. I don't really know how I'm gonna do this yet, but that's the fun part. I feel like the hardest part is just gonna be getting the villagers here. I mean, I could technically just darken one of these until I get a zombie, or just like bring one in from outside. Honestly, it's getting dark, so I might just try to keep an eye out for a zombie and then try to trap one in a boat. This is what I'm gonna have to do anyway. Oh, I heard one. That works, actually. Alright, come here. The fact that he's wearing armor means he's probably not gonna despawn. Also means he would pick stuff up, so. You are exactly what I need. Come here. Here, you want a sapling? Alright, cool. Now he's stuck here, and I don't even have name tags, so he's just stuck here now. Because he can't despawn since he has that. Which is great. That's one thing figured out. I have to move him to the corner and put him in a box so that they don't start spawning golems right away and then they kill him. I'll put him in a box off to the side. I don't entirely know. I think I might have to dig out the bottom a little bit. There's a lot of work I'm gonna have to do that I'm not really looking forward to, but that's what I get for trying to do it this way. Just gonna put you in a little box so nobody kills you. Never thought I'd be protecting a zombie. And I guess you don't even really need light. You don't really care about that, so. I didn't really need to put a top on this either, so I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, what all do I need? I need beds, slabs, which I can make like plenty of cobblestone slabs, which I'm probably gonna use to actually spawn roof. Bed, slabs, I already have a zombie in a boat. A trapdoor. Some blocks. And then water in buckets, ideally. And then some barrels, maybe? Like, I'm trying to think of anything I actually need to go back to the base for. And I think from just chopping down trees, I might have enough. I just need beds. But here's the thing. If you don't remove a villager's bed from the village, they're gonna just try to go back to it. So I probably need to steal the beds anyway. So what I can do is go from the actual chamber and just tunnel through till I get to the actual village. Wait till nighttime, break a couple beds to make sure the villagers don't have beds, and then bring those beds into the actual mountain. That sounds like a plan. Okay, so what is the direction I need to go? Let me turn off cave mode here. So if I go in here, it's like this? Pretty much spot on, okay. So I'm gonna just dig a hole. It's gonna have to be too wide, because I need to fit a boat. I'll come up at some point. Right now. Oh, it's still dark outside. But they're out. Hi. Why are they still outside? Oh, well, you guys probably can't get to any beds. What a shame. You guys want some beds? Oh, sorry. Okay, so maybe the whole stealing beds from the village might not work out because there were a bunch of villagers that were just stranded down there. But that's 2. I just need 3, I think. I could grab 4, just to be safe. They definitely should still be asleep by now, so I don't think these villagers have access to beds. Because they're just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Actually starting to think maybe doing this at night is not really giving me any advantages. Oh god. Probably not. I'm about to just, like, swap you out for somebody else because you're causing me some issues. There's a sheep in the tunnel. Well, actually, I need wool. So that's fine by me. Just get in the boat. That worked out. Because now I have a source of wool that I can use to make the beds. Well, some of these things are working out a little better than I expected. What do you mean zombie infects? What just happened? Why'd you get in the boat with him? Also, why do you have armor on? I mean, do I need 3? So, I did a quick deep dive into the mechanics of Iron Golem spawning in Java Edition. Sorry if you play Bedrock, it's so different for some reason, but this is how I understand it. The villagers have to have slept at least once within the past Minecraft day. They have to have not seen a golem or been near an iron golem spawning for the last 30 seconds, and they have to either be gossiping or panicking. Gossip has to do with the player's reputation within a village, and that's not very good for spawning golems, so iron farms tend to use panicking instead. This happens when a villager sees a mob that would attack it, like a zombie, a pillager, or apparently zoglins also work. There's a long list. Essentially, if a villager thinks it's in danger, it wants to summon a golem. The issue here is that there is a requirement for at least 3 villagers within like 10 blocks to be panicking for a summoning to actually work, and seeing as one of my 3 villagers decided to convert to zombieism, what I have now is not going to work. So I'm gonna have to go back to the village. Okay, so I have to grab a new villager. Oh, hey. You wanna come with me? Well, if you wanna come willingly, like... away we go! I made that easy. After that was all settled, my next step was making sure the entire chamber was spawn-proof, and then making sure there was lava down below, and then placing some water to push the golems toward the center of the farm. Wait. What? Well, this is a small problem. Yeah, so it turns out some of my modded fence gates can just wash away, so I had to go down and remove the obsidian that I accidentally made. I just replaced the fence gates with signs since those don't break for some reason. Then it was just a matter of replacing the lava, and then actually making sure to go and flip the trapdoor that had been blocking the zombie from the villagers. And then I realized a small little miscalculation on my part. So I had to dig down another layer, and you know, that fixed the problem I had. It's just I accidentally made a new one. Yeah, I accidentally solidified the lava again. Oops. Yeah, I may have forgotten a step. In case you're wondering, it takes 40 seconds to break a block of obsidian with an unenchanted iron pickaxe. But third time's a charm, and I finally actually had some lava place that was not going to turn into obsidian. Which means the farm is technically now functional, although not very practical. Next, I need to figure out how to get it out of the chest. Because for right now, I can just go down here and go into the chest. However, that is not what I want. It's already inconvenient to come out here. This is not a very convenient way to get to everything. Although it's already produced quite a bit of iron. So it's working. I just gotta figure out how I want to do this. So I could just do a hopper line here. And then maybe an auto dispenser into a bubble column? I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go to the Nether for this. Maybe make a dropper. What is this? You can make celosias? Okay, hold on. For one, I didn't know that was an option. I got distracted. Okay, what was I thinking? Dropper. Okay, I have the stuff for that. But then it also needs a repeater. Okay. And a comparator if I want to do an auto dropper. That's okay. So there's a couple things if we do it this way that I need to get from the Nether specifically. Which is not ideal, but what if I incorporated another portal in this room, maybe? Having a quicker way to get here wouldn't be the worst idea. Let me dump off my inventory. It's kind of getting a little hectic. The issue is I don't know if I have enough redstone. I have 4 I don't even remember where that came from. But I only have 4 redstone. I definitely need at least a little bit more than that. I decided to go for the redstone first, and I found that by trying to look for a redstone cave using cave mode with my map. And that went well. Ah! No. Oh no. Okay. Go. Oh no. Don't. No. You don't. Okay. How did I survive that? The worst part about this is I still had to go so much deeper to find what I was looking for. And I maybe should have tried to find a bit of a safer route. I meant to hit Q, not W. Okay. That nearly killed me. Nope. Bye. I'm not going in there. I just nearly died like 3 times. But I have redstone now. Yay. Now I gotta get back to the surface. And hope it's not nighttime. Because it might be. Made it out alive. Barely. But I did. So I actually need to be going this way. Or I might be able to take that underground river that might connect up to the other one. Worth a shot. Oh, whoa. I'm annoyed. Actually, not about that. But about this. There was a redstone cave right here. Over here. These are so pretty. Oop. Prismarite. I got distracted again. It's time to go actually make the delivery system. Back at the iron farm, I decided to just craft up as many hoppers as I could, which apparently was about 52, and then placed them all in the line, leading back to the iron golems. And at this point I had no other choice than to go into the nether because I needed quartz and soul sand. Then all that was left mechanically was just an auto dropper and then figuring out the sorting system. One of the things that cracked me up about this was the fact that the items just kept randomly popping out of the bubble column and you just hear them splashing the entire time. Very reassuring that everything still works, but I wanted the barrels for the output to be kind of sitting against the wall or kind of embedded into the wall, and since hoppers are a little tricky to figure out the layout sometimes, I decided to just block everything in with cobblestone until I was ready for the actual thing. Once I had that mapped out, I just had to add all the redstone for the crafters so they worked properly, and then go ahead and add in the actual hoppers, and then it was done. I think I finally got this to work. Okay, so what I ended up with is there's obviously the actual farm is over there. Then it goes underground through a line of hoppers until it gets to an auto dropper, which then puts it into a water chute that shoots it up, and then it feeds in there. This one has a hopper upgrade that grabs iron, which then feeds it into the crafter, which will wait till it's full, and then once it's full, it'll click, and it'll go in here. And then this one grabs the poppies, and then this one just goes straight to the barrel. I'm not trying to make dye also, I'm just trying to get these, but if this gets full, it'll just overflow into this, which will then bone meal all the excess and turn it into bone blocks. Now we just gotta make it look a little better, because this room is a bit of a mess. Y'all, I love this so much. Honestly, I think this is probably the cutest an iron farm could be. Could use some work in some places. I wouldn't mind maybe either getting more ores or more variety of stone, so it's not just stone and chalk. But it's so cute. I love it. And of course, the actual storage area is super easy to use, and this is going to be so nice to have. Although, admittedly, I don't know what I'm going to do with 300 poppies, and the fact that that is nowhere near full does concern me a little bit. I might see if I can add some kind of switch to reroute any would-be poppies into the other one. But other than that, that's really the only thing I can think of that I would fix. Besides, I guess, the stone thing, but... Y'all, I'm so happy with this. I love it. The only thing that I am not so in love with is the fact that I'm gonna have to get all of this back home. I'm gonna just do that on my own time, but for now, if you enjoyed this and would like to follow along, I would love to have you. Thank you so much for making it this far. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again soon where we're hopefully gonna be working out some big plans. Until then, I'll see you around. Bye!